going on, everybody? I got some news with the health of the motor. I don't know how to take it. I don't know if it's bad news. I don't know if it's good news because I found out some information on it. Haven't really talked about it, but I did get a oil analysis for my car. Something I regret. I should have done it before when I first boosted the car, just to get a comparison. So I can't really compare this to when I was a year ago or 6 months ago at a lower power level. I did recently switch to a 0W30. I use full synthetic AMSOIL signature series, 0W30. Was using 0W20, however, I upped it just to give it a little level of protection. I just felt like, with it boosted, with the power and more heat that it causes or creates with the boost and the added power, it will, with a 30 weight, I felt like, it'll give a little bit protection, even though if you have a great quality oil that doesn't break down at high temperatures, you don't really need to up it, but it was just a little peace of mind. And so I did do the switch. Now, I wish I would have done the analysis at 0W20. However, I just forgot to do it, so I did it with the 0W30. So onto the report. This was 2,500 miles. I usually try to change my oil between 2,000 to 3,000 miles ever since I switched to ethanol, because it was recommended by a few people that with ethanol it might seep through the piston rings and get into the oil possibility. So I just wanted to keep the oil fresh. And so yeah, I use Blackstone Laboratories, which a lot of people out there use for the oil report, and this is what they had to say. Iron and lead are notable elements in this sample, as both are high compared to the universal averages. For this engine type, those averages are based on 6,700 mile intervals, and your oil run was a good deal shorter than average, making those metals stand out even more. Iron comes from steel parts, and lead often shows bearing wear. Maybe this is related to hard use or other operational factors, though we do advise you to monitor for engine noises, knocking, and low oil pressures, as this could be a problem. If all is well, resample at 2K miles, the TBNs is fine. So, just doing a little research on this motor. A couple people that blown their motor, hit up a couple people. Some people with high boost cracked their cylinder walls. That's why they had engine failure. However, there's a few of them out there that said they had a lot of scoring on their bearings. And just me thinking, was like, wait a minute. This report says I might have my bearings are starting to chip away. So I'm really thinking, guys. Oh, before I get into that, let me give you the numbers. Iron and lead. Iron, the average 9. What I got, 20. Lead, average 1. What I got is 7. So this is no scientific, I didn't do no scientific experimentations or whatnot. This is just me doing my own research. This is me just coming up with my own conclusions. I think the OEM Honda bearings are garbage, straight trash. I've seen these motors push over 500 wheel horsepower, 400 wheel torque, and are fine for a brief period of time. And those guys that do end up blowing their motor, or when they do replace their motor, they see scoring on the bearings. So my conclusion, I think the Honda bearings are trash. And I think this is another evidence where this kind of proves that theory. I think with the added power, added heat to the motor, even with a good engine oil, the bearings, I think they're such a soft material, or they use a different grade where it just chips away. I think Honda made these bearings of a softer grade, I guess, and was made for more efficiency versus withstanding versus power. So I think that's where they cheaped out at, because supposedly Honda states that these rods are the strongest K-Series rods that ever made. They're thinner than the previous K-Series, however, they're stronger. That's what Honda claims. So, yeah, guys. So, what to do next? I've been getting price quotes for motors. I don't think I want to experiment and take this motor any further and happen to doing a pull on the highway and blowing the motor. One thing I do want to add, these last 2,500 miles, I did not baby the car. I went to New York City, did the video with Gerb, did pulls there. I went to Merc Racing and raced Jose's S4. And so I did, I'm in the DC area, so going to New York City, then going to down in North Carolina area, I put a lot of miles on it. And on the way there, I would do a lot of pulls. So when I drive my car, I enjoy it. I don't baby the car. So these are hard miles, 2,500 miles of hard driving. So I don't think, like I said, I don't think I want to experiment to push these bearings. I think people have proven that these motors could handle a lot of power. I just think it's certain components in the motor that makes these motors fail. So that being said, like I said, I've been getting quotes for a lot of motors, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have to purchase a motor sooner than later. And but when I decide which company to go with, I'm going full ham on the motor. I want this motor to be able to handle over 1,000 horsepower. Do I reach it? I don't know. Will I reach it with the 1900? I don't know. Definitely will upgrade to the 2300 in the future. But I want to be able to have this motor, the best bearings, either ACL, King bearings, whatever, better head studs. Planning on going boost line rods. They're fucking thick as fuck. Thick, but they're lighter than I-beams, but heavier than H-beams. So they're in between, but they're stronger than both. They could handle a shit ton of power. I do want to get good pistons where they can handle a lot of power, upgrade the wrist pins, stuff like that. So definitely going to sleeve the motor. I was thinking about doing a CSS treatment for the cylinder walls, but you know what? I'm going to pay the extra money, get the block sleeve. So planning on doing that. And like I said, man, I'm just going full ham on this motor. So when I get the motor back, I'll be able to give you guys some great racing content with these cars out here, man. I really want to be able to shut down a lot of these guys that think their cars are a lot faster. I'm a very competitive guy, and I like to beat guys or beat cars that are expected to beat me by being the underdog. And it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games, man. So anyways, I wanted to be transparent with you guys with this oil analysis and the health of my motor. I hope this helps you guys, before whatever you decide with your car, before you turbo, before you supercharge it, or if you are deciding, hey, do I really need to rebuild it? I think if you're in a good power range, you don't really have to. Like I said, I've been boosted for 20,000 miles, have no issues. Don't have issues really now. But I don't want to take that chance because knowing me, I want to increase the power. I really want to push 600 to 800 wheel horsepower on this motor. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And till next time.